Hey everybody, Tony Torino here for TopSecretAutos.com, and today I'm going to talk to you about the finance agreement, but more importantly the transition period of the time that you agreed to the figures with the salesperson, whether it be at his desk or in his office, to the time you get in front of the finance manager. And this is a very critical little time frame, and there's a couple of points that you need to really be cognizant of. And number one and foremost is you need to know your numbers on what you paid for the vehicle, what your taxes are, what your title is. You need to know all that. You need full disclosure on all that. And more times than not, in this day and age, you should be able to sign some type of purchase order, menu, whatever terminology they use in whatever store you're at. I've got a what I would call a buyer's order. That's what this is. Very simple purchase order that you should know beforehand before you get in front of the finance manager. And this right here is probably the single most area that if you know this when you get in front of the finance manager, you're going to be the one in control, and there's not going to be any smoke and mirrors or sleight of hand techniques that the finance manager is going to be able to use on you. Okay, so very simple here. This is the selling price of the car, $15,480. There's a $329 documentation fee, and documentation fees, I think, in just about every state are taxable. So in this particular case, you would take the $15,480 and add in the $329, which is $15,809. That would be your taxable amount. We're using 7% as a sales tax figure in this case, so 7% of $15,809 is $1,106.63. They sold them a $200 aftermarket product, and then there's also an $18 title fee. So if you take your $15,809 and you add in your $1,106.63, your $200, and your $18 title fee, that gives you a grand total of $17,133.63. That would be what would be called your drive-out figure. If you're going to write a check and pay the vehicle off in full, you'd write it for that $17,000 figure. Okay, and also, if you look at the finance agreement, if you watched our last video, you'd know that that would be your amount financed. Okay, now if you're putting some money down, you just simply subtract out your money down, and then that would be your finance figure. Okay, now in this particular case, this customer bought an extended warranty back in the finance office, and they put $2,500 down. Okay, so real easy to figure all that out. However, when you look at a finance agreement, one of the things on there that you won't see is you won't see this figure right here, this $15,480. It's not going to be anywhere on the finance agreement. Okay, what I did was I went ahead and I blew the numbers up. This is a banker system contract, and these are the numbers that are on this particular contract. Okay, but I wanted to blow them up a little bit for you so you could see what I'm talking about here. And if you look at this very top figure of $16,586.63, that is your total price. But if you look over here, it says that that includes your sales tax of $1,106.63, and that $1,106.63 number is on here on your purchase order. Okay, so you know that's your sales tax. So in other words, if you take $16,586.63 and you subtract out your sales tax, that is your $15,480 figure, which is on here. Okay, so that's how you figure that out. Now in the banker system contract, they put in the extended service agreement on top up here. On the law contract, it's actually down below at the bottom. It doesn't really matter where they put it. As long as you know the numbers going in, you can figure it out real easy. Okay, and just remember this: there's no tax on extended service agreements, on gap insurance, life insurance, health insurance. There's no tax on any of that stuff. So it's real easy to figure out if, and I can't emphasize this enough obviously, but you need to know your drive-out figure when you get back in there. It'll make things so much easier for you. Okay, so back to our numbers here. $16,586.63 plus your extended warranty is $17,979.63. Okay, they took out your $2,500 for your down payment. That's $15,479.63. That's $17,979.63 minus the $2,500. Then you've got your $18 title fee. You got your documentation fee down here. You got your $200 aftermarket fee. This $547 is just a total of all those numbers. That's a total of the $329, the $200, and $18. Okay, total all that up, and it's $16,026.63. That's your amount financed. That's the amount that would be right here, $16,026.63. $16,026.63. That's the number down here at the very bottom. Okay, so again, very simple. However, like I said, if you don't know those numbers coming back here, it can get very complicated. And the finance manager will have an upper hand on being able to use his smoke and mirror and sleight of hand techniques on you if you don't know that. But since you've watched this and now you know that number one, I just can't emphasize enough that you got to have full disclosure before you get back to the finance office and know your drive-out figure. Once you know that, all you got to do is add in any aftermarket products that you buy and subtract your down payment. That's your amount financed. It's very simple and easy once you have the information. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thank you.